Hello, Boozeketeers! Welcome to episode 61 of Cocktales with Tiki King. Here we are, Tuesday night, which is our usual night. I'm glad you guys could make it. Good to see you, and you, hey, you're here too. That's fantastic. I'm glad to see all of you here tonight, and welcome back once again to the Wicked Wench, Utah's piratiest pirate bar. To the best of my knowledge. I don't know if there's a more pirate bar out there in Utah. I want to know about it, because I want to go there, and I want you all to come with me. It'll be a big party. But, pirates at the door. So yeah, here we are once again. Hope you guys have all been doing great since last Tuesday. We're here at the Wicked Wench, where we made the Wicked Wench, and the Wicked Wench was wicked, and it just about laid ruin to me. It was I was cannon fodder by the end of the evening. Powerful stuff. I suggest you go to my website, look it up. The Wicked Wench. It's under W, because it should be two W's, which would be quadruple U, I guess. But it's all about you, me and you, and the things we do. And one of those things is we drink together every Tuesday night, and that's what's happening right about now. So hey, what are we doing? You always you guys don't ask that. You never do. I always do. I'm always asking, what are we doing? What are we doing? Well, tonight we're, so on my teaser, to tease you all, I said we're going on a jungle cruise. And we kind of are in spirit. You know, it's been, here in Utah, it's outside, there's like 2 feet of snow, 3 feet in some places. It's cold. And it's, you know, we were snowed in a couple days, and it's, you know, it's not tropical weather by any means, but that doesn't mean that we can't, you know, have tropical drinks. And I thought, you know, I was here, and I thought, you know, I'm not in Disneyland. I'm not down in Southern California, where apparently it's raining also. But, but I thought, you know, maybe I'll make a drink that's, you know, kind of tropical and subtropical, and maybe south of the equator and all that sort of thing. But someplace where it's warm, somewhere where it's toasty, somewhere where it's dry. I'll tell you one thing: it is dry here. It's when the snow comes and it gets below freezing, and it's dry, and you get a thirst. You get a thirst, and you got to quench that thirst. And there's nothing better to quench that thirst than booze, which isn't true, but I'm going to say it anyway. So, what are we doing once again? Well, tonight we're going to talk a little bit about that whole riverboat thing that I said, specifically the Zambezi River. The Zambezi River. The Zambezi River is the 4th longest river in Africa. And I'll tell you, you know, obviously tropical drinks don't come from Africa, but there is a, you know, like Madagascar, pirates were there, you know. There's a whole piratey thing, kind of, you know, tenuous attachment. I don't know. Anyway, so, but why it applies to us and why we're here is if you've ever been to Disneyland, and if you've ever been on the Jungle Cruise, which takes you on the rivers of Africa, and the Nile and all sorts of other, you know, themed rivery areas, one of the things that will happen is you'll get on a boat. You'll get on a boat, and you may or may not notice all those boats have different names. Well, one of the names of one of the boats, and don't worry, I'm going to get to drinking here in a second, one of those boats is called the Zambezi Miss. And so the Zambezi Miss riverboat's in Adventureland. There used to be an adventurers club, but one of the things, Trader Sam's, which is the tiki bar there by the Adventure Tower, in fact, the Disneyland Hotel, has a drink, and it's called the Zambezi Sour. Why don't we just make that right about now, and then and I'll drink it and tell you how great it is, and you guys can lament that you're not here drinking it with me. So what do we do? What is this Zambezi Sour? What is this mystical concoction that they made there at Trader Sam's? Well, so what Trader Sam's does is they usually take a kind of a typical drink, and they'll put their twist on it. And what they did this time is they put their twist on the whiskey sour. So this is, I'm gonna have to. Don't worry, we're gonna be getting some other drinks that are not just booze and citrus, because we've been doing that. We've been kind of on a roll because I like that sort of thing. But so we've been doing this booze and citrus thing. So this is basically the Zambezi Sour is a whiskey sour, but they made some changes, and I'm gonna say that the changes were good. It makes it into a different cocktail. It's not better, it's not worse, it's different. It's whiskey sour is near and dear to me. I enjoy them. There's some fine ones out there, but so the Zambezi sour. What do we do? How do we make it? Let's make it along with me if you happen to have these ingredients on hand. What do we need? We need a shaker. We're going to fill that about halfway with ice, as we are wont to do. And then the recipe for our friend for Boozeketeer Wes, who's probably not watching but may at some point. The recipe for this is on my website, tikiking.com/booze. Go to the virtual bartender, the Zambezi sour, and while you're on tikiking.com/booze, hey, virtual tip jar, keep us tipsy with tips. I always say, well, I said it once. Anyway, so what is this? So we're gonna we're gonna take a shaker, put ice in it, and add that 1 ounce of fresh squeezed grapefruit juice. Never mind. 1 ounce of grapefruit juice. Pirates, you know. I'm going to bring this one. If anyone I'm bringing this one south with me in a couple days. We're heading down to the Wicked playing at the Queen Mary Games next weekend. This coming weekend, whatever it is. And we're going to eat that grapefruit. Remind me. So what do? We got grapefruit juice, ½ ounce of fresh lime juice. Where is it? Here it is. You know what? I'm going to go double. I'm actually going to make. I rarely make like actual doubles, but let's go for it. Let's make a double, because I just realized I don't have enough lime juice to make two. Well, yeah, I do. I have enough lime juice to make 2 drinks, but why not use this fine, gigantic double rocks glass to just up the ante a little bit? So I'm just going to start off by doubling it right from the beginning. And then so we got grapefruit juice, we got lime juice, falernum. When you're in Salt Lake City, be sure to stop by the Boozeketeer. Yes, the Boozeketeer, where Ivy will show you all the accoutrements you need to make your bar less of a home bar and more of a professional bar, but not in the eyes of the actual profession who has to give you a license, but in the eyes of your friends who will say, get me another drink, thank you. And don't thank me, thank Ivy. That was our shameless plug. Which is, I got the falernum there at the Boozeketeer. So we need an ounce of that. And then, quarter ounce, which we're going to have to double that and add 30, ½ ounce of turbinado simple syrup. Those of you who've watched the show before, or who've been on my website, or who are bartenders, or who just know such things, simple syrup is sugar and water. You mix it together, you heat the water up, you mix the sugar with it until it dissolves. Simple syrup. It's also called bar syrup. It's the base of most flavorings, such as the falernum, or orgeat syrup, or many other syrups. But so for this recipe, it calls for turbinado simple syrup, which is simple syrup, but it's made with turbinado sugar, which is basically it has more leftover molasses in it. So yeah, so you notice it has a lovely golden color. Simple syrup is generally clear. Turbinado syrup, lovely golden color. Now we need some booze. Now when it comes to booze, I use only the finest. Yes, fine quality booze. Look for it by label. And what is it? So I'm making a double, right? So usually I add extra, but I'm just going to go full strength here. Okay. There we go. I figure I'll sip this one through the show. 4 ounces of booze. What the heck? What could go wrong? What could go wrong? You Boozeketeers, you tell me. Speaking of Boozeketeers, remind me to tell you something after the shaking for approximately 10 seconds. And then so we have to strain this into a glass that normally would be filled with ice cubes, But this drink is going to be kind of monster sized, so I'm going to throw the ice cubes in afterwards. Because I didn't know how many I could take in there. One more, what do you think? And then I'll garnish it with garnish. How about that? Ta-da! That's lovely, look at that. And now, you can, but you don't have to use straws. I generally drink my whiskey sours without a straw, but that's up to you. That's something I can't tell you how to do or not to do. That's lovely. That's lovely. That's a thing of beauty for all to behold. Or all to enjoy. What is it? It's a thing of beauty. A thing of beauty is a joy forever. That's right. And you mix this drink, if you mix enough milk, that's a joy forever. For you, the Boozeketeers. Now, so the funny thing, like I said, can't go to Trader Sam's. I'd like to, you know, but with the snow outside and the howling winds and the cold and the blowing snow and all that, makes it difficult. So, like I said, so we'll just go tropical right here. Right here in our pirate bar where, you know, we can sway side to side. Imagine we're out on the ship. We're like in the Caribbean, down by Jamaica, you know. And it's sunny and it's warm and it's beautiful. And I think I'm thirsty now. I have a drink. But, so anyway, so if you ever get down to Disney, you know, and you don't have to, this is a secret, but you don't have to actually go into Disneyland and buy the ticket and stuff to go to Trader Sam's. You can go, it's actually in downtown Disney, so you don't have to, you can just go there and go to Trader Sam's and have yourself some lovely beverages. And we've done that. Boozeketeer CJ and Boozeketeer Amy have been, we've made some guerrilla runs down there and had ourselves some drinks. And one of the things, so, I don't always order it this way. Yeah, I do, I'm lying. But I usually, if I go to a bar that has tropical drinks, has like a menu of mixed drinks, I usually say, so what's the strongest thing on here? You know, not because I have to have that, but because I figure I should order it anyway. I don't have to, I might as well. So, so I was told at one point that this was the strongest drink on the menu, the Zambezi Sours, 2 ounces of bourbon for the regular size, which is pretty, that's all right. That's it's nothing to laugh at. But you'll laugh later if you have enough of these things. But it turns out, actually that wasn't true. The first time I went there and I said, what's the strongest drink on the menu? They said, Mojito Mosquito. Mosquito Mojito, which is a completely different thing. The Mosquito Mojito, and I thought, well, I'll have that. And I tried that, and I would say, it took a few to put me down, and then I had to have a shrunken zombie head. But so first it was that, and it was good. I'm not a real big fan of. I mean, I like the mint julep, and I'm going to be making a drink called the Pirate Julep coming down the road here. But so the mojito is basically a mint julep with rum instead of bourbon. But so I tried the mosquito mojito, and it was good, no doubt, it was good. But then the next time that I went and said, hey, strongest drink on the menu, still a mosquito mojito. That was kind of a hard thing to say. Mosquito mojito. And the woman said, well, no, it's the Zambezi Sour. So I said, well, give me one of those. So here, that's this, and I'm not disappointed. Good stuff. Yes, I'm eating the garnish. I was told that only rubes eat the garnish, but I'd say that is only Rube Goldberg could make a garnish that would catch a mouse. So there you go. Look it up. History, folks. I figure you got to have some food, and garnish that's free. But so anyway, so for a long time I figured Zambezi Sour. I could have go about the menu, drink some things, and then it kind of pushed me over. When you get up that edge, and you're dangling there. You get your foot over, you get it pushed over. I figured Zambezi Sour and things up. But then, no, Turns out, the strongest drink on the menu at Trader Sam's, strongest drink on the menu, apparently is the Engalada. Because it's made with Navy strength rum. Navy strength rum is for those of you who drink rum, if Turk's watching, you, so there's a thing, and here's something you might want to know about, because we used to, in our, some call it youth and some call it stupidity, we used to drink a lot of 151. And so there's 151, and then there's like regular rums, there's like, and then there's, Captain Morgan's and Sailor Jerry and all these things that go up, they're like 92 instead of 80. 80 is a standard proof. But 92, you figure, hey, that's, bonus. It's a bargain for me. But hey, there's something else, and it's called Navy strength. And there's another one called gunpowder strength. And we're going to, that just gives me, because things. But hey, Turk, you want to know about this. Navy strength rum, 120, right? So it's not enough to not let you taste your dinner the next day, but it's far more than just, your average 90 proof rum. So you don't have to, be, waking up all night with heartburn from the 151. You can be chugging it down at the Navy strength, and I'm telling you, bang for the buck. And speaking of bang for the buck, so there's a thing called Navy strength, or they call it gunpowder strength. And we're going to actually try this down the road here shortly. We got some other shows scheduled, but we'll probably have to pre-record this one because we can't do it right here. Actually, we probably could, but no. Producer Maggie's shaking her head. You will not light my pirate bar on fire. So there's this thing, supposedly, and I haven't verified this, but I've found it seems so far reputable, is that the Navy, and presumably pirates, would get their rations of rum, right? And you'd get your ration of rum. A lot of them would make grog, which was basically rum and water, and the actual grog was just water and rum, which is fine. Booze and water, people have been doing it for years. So, but here's the thing. So to make sure, because they were only given, I think it was like 2 ounces or something, or probably, who knows, pirates, it was probably, a pint. But anyway, they were only given a certain amount of rum every day. So unscrupulous quartermasters would water the rum down so that they could extend it, right? Or say, hey man, I'm going to give you a little extra today. And it turns out they weren't, because they had already watered it down. But anyway, so it turns out, and we're going to check this out, it turns out that the rum that they were being rationed, the Navy strength, was about 120 proof or above. And apparently, that is the minimum alcohol content that if you take gunpowder and you wet it down with that rum, it will still burn. It will still burn. So they would test their rum. The sailors, I can't imagine them wasting the rum. That's kind of a hard part. I'm guessing they'd probably just like fingerful or something. But anyway, they'd mix a little bit of rum with gunpowder, and if it would still burn, gunpowder strength rum. So they would know that was their testing, the way they could test to make sure that they weren't getting cheated on their rations of rum. And we're going to actually do that. We're going to try some different rums, and I've got some gunpowder for no particular reason. But we'll try lighting some gunpowder on and rum on fire, and see what happens. That should be good. But so I digress. So if you find yourself at Trader Sam's, I'm going to say try them all. Try all the different drinks that are supposedly the strongest drink at the bar, but know in your heart of hearts, because Tiki King has told you that the Engalada has been rumored to be the strongest drink. And here's my advice. So I would say, and I've actually tested this theory out and it works. Chewing my cherry. Doesn't work. Go to Trader Sam's, have some drinks. When you get to last call, order the Engalada. They'll give it to you in a plastic cup. Order 2, because they'll let you get what, 2 per person? So it's just you get 2. If you're with someone else, get 4, even if they don't drink. Better for you. That is not my advice. But anyway, get one to go. End of the night, last call, Engalada to go. Go to the Adventure Tower. Outside the door, there's some couches. It's lovely. You can sit there. And you think that the beauty ends there, and it doesn't. Because if you're lucky, and you have a sharp eye, and everything isn't quite, well, if it is, so if you're lucky and have a sharp eye, you might see a cat, because there are feral cats which roam the grounds of the Disneyland Hotel, and they're out there, they're just strutting about the place. You'll see them sometimes when you first walk into Disneyland, there's cats up on the hillside, but at nighttime, for some reason, they hang out at the Adventure Tower, probably drinking leftover enchiladas. I don't know. But you might see one. If you had enough, you'll see two, and that's the bonus. That is my bonus I'm leaving you with. Enchilada to go gets you twice the cats at the Adventure Tower. There you go. That's about all the advice I have for you. Other than, have you been to my website? Have you gone to tikiking.com? Have you shared the program, which I was supposed to say way back here? 12 boats share a program. It's not too late. Your friends are still awake. Say, I just watched this thing. It was mind blowing. It was mimes. So I'm gonna leave that one right there. Yeah, so share the program. Go to Trader Sam's. Make yourselves an MBZ sour, and do those things. Do we have questions from the audience? Other than what's wrong with you? Why don't you shut up? Is this show over yet? Apparently not. But anyway, so there you go. Like I said before, we're playing, by the way. I'm allowed to shamelessly plug my other lives. Come on down to the Queen Mary, a ship. Yeah. Because here's the deal. Come down to the Scottish Games at the Queen Mary this weekend. Come see the Wicked Tinkers, because it's me and there and you and there and CJ, Boozeketeer CJ. Is he out there? Is he watching? Good. Boozeketeer CJ will be out there, and if you're lucky, he'll put ink under your skin for a minimal charge. Yeah, so we're going to be playing and creating mayhem, and here's the thing, you can bring us drinks. Isn't that cool? What could be better? But we're going to play music, drink drinks, create mayhem. It's going to be a great time, and then afterwards, commandeer the ship, because we're pirates. I think that's a plan. Yeah, come on out and see us. If you don't see us, you can always see us here. Me. When I say us, I mean me. Here on Tuesday nights with Cocktales of Tiki King. And I guess CJ is supposed to come up here too and pirate it up with us at some point. We'll have him on here as a guest star at when he gets tired of his beautiful sunny Arizona weather, which last time I was there was all snow and ice. Go figure. He's actually out in Bakersfield. Boozeketeer CJ is out in Bakersfield. He's going to be, like I said, if you're in Bakersfield or you can get to Bakersfield, hit him up because he can, like I said, he's a fantastic tattoo artist. He's blossoming into some world-class tattoo stuff. Well, not world-class, but Bakersfield class, easily. No, but no. Boozeketeer CJ, fantastic tattoo artist who is practicing by giving deals to put ink under people's skin. So hit him up if you need a tattoo. I'll actually be out there too. And about the most I can say is that I will put a buzzing machine on you, and later you'll have a darker color than you did before in that spot. But no, seriously, that's all I'm going to say tonight. I think. Is there more? Am I supposed to say other things? Probably shouldn't. No, but yes, but no, but yes, but no. Once again, if you have a bar you want us to go to, I keep saying I'm going to say this because we've been getting all these suggestions, and so far, most of them are illegal. But you should, if you know a bar that we should go to, send an email to tikiking@tikiking.com. If you have a bar in your house and you'd like us to come to it, tikiking@tikiking.com. If you happen to be West Steed, who has a neighbor who has a really cool tiki bar, you should tell them to send an email to tikiking@tikiking.com, and who knows, we might come to your house, drink up your booze, and watch your TV until all hours of the night. That's about all I can tell you. But yeah, let us know. If you have a suggestion for a drink, same thing. We've so far had a few, and some of them have been fantastic, and some have been are actually on the board. So we have the board, which I failed to prepare. But we have the good drinks and the not so good drinks. And the not so good drinks, so far the sidecar, the undrinkable drink, which I did drink anyway, and the orange flip, which we dumped down the drain because it was horrendous. It could not even be fixed with nutmeg, which I don't know if that's a testimonial, but over here we have the Wicked Wench, the Cable Car, and the Kamikaze. And I'm going to have to say tonight's drink. Zambezi Sour. Oh. Now it's a bit more complicated. It's not quite as good as the Cable Car. But I'm going to have to say, we're going to put a placeholder in. And that one's going to come down here. I'm putting it between, right now, between the Cable Car and the Kamikaze. As far as deliciousness goes. A little more complicated than the Kamikaze, but you'll know where that extra effort went. So that's where I'm going to end the show tonight. Remember, folks, this is stuff is good, and this is stuff is bad, and you know, that should be a lesson to you. But until next Tuesday, see you next Tuesday, Boozeketeers.